Okay, we are still in the picture format menu. I've go ahead and pulled in a couple paragraphs of description I pulled over from Wikipedia, so I have something to work with on this. Time to show you how to really kind of make this flow well. And this is an important portion of things. Let's cover one little thing to start with, what's called alt text. Alt text is very important on the internet for when you're doing documents. Some you'll come across when you're dealing with HTML a little bit more. But describing the picture, for instance, take a look at this one here. Sunlight over a skyscraper. Skyscraper shown from view looking up. So being able to be put a description of some of these items that are there. Basketball player dribbling ball on court. Let's see, is there? Yeah, it's the end of those. That's what alt text is. It's for screen readers, people that are visually impaired, to help them be able to read web pages. Not something that's nearly as important inside Word, but it's something handy to have if you want to make yourself very universal. Okay, let's mess with some text here. We got two different images here we're using different ways. What I'm going to do is I'm going to be messing with the position code. Inline with text wrapping, that kind of stuff. Let's get this image out of the way for now. So I want this image to be kind of in the middle of the text. What I'm going to do with it is there's position inline with text, and it'll automatically move it to the right spot for you. Then you can move it around a little bit, but it'll make it so the text wraps around it, either in the center or on one of the edges. That's what this position inline with text wrapping does. There's a little bit more detail inside here, inside layout, as to stuff with how close the text wraps around the edges of the items. But that's the main area you're going to be in. The side I like to use, which is the equivalent of this little menu right here on the item, is right here, inline with text. And that's how you can, make it wrap around things, make it sit all by itself and not be surrounded. So you're dealing with the little text, the little box off the right hand side here, or this wrap text piece. Now, if I want to bring that image back in that I had before, I'm going to make it so it's the same kind of text wrapping kind of a vibe. And it wraps around the text and everything. But what I have an issue of is now I've got two images here. And say I want to have this one come up front instead. So if I double click on it, and I can go bring forward or send backwards. You see right here how it's changing. Check out the middle in between the two pictures. There's bring forward and send backwards. So it allows items to overlap with each other. What that also does is it allows you to see which one is showing up first. That's in the selection pane area where you can move one to be for the other one on stuff. So that's where bring forward, bring forward, bring forward, bring forward, bring forward. Or let's see, just select one of them and bring that guy forward instead. You can have probably a virtually unlimited amount of items in there. So it's pretty easy to work with. Align. Align's an interesting one. Say we got these two images. We want them to line up perfectly with each other across the top. Align them across their bottoms. You can also make them center on each other. All kinds of little alignment tips with things. So I'm going to undo that because I don't like the way that turned out. But I'm going to keep these images together. See, that looks a little bit better that way. Let's see other things we got in here. Rotate. You can understand rotate pretty easily. Flipping in different directions. There's exact percentages and how much you want to rotate it, all kept track of inside here with rotating stuff around. So last area I want to show you is being able to crop images. Put this one back here. Say I don't want that building on the left-hand side to show up nearly as much on things. So if I want to go into crop, I can hit the crop button, or I can double click on it. So it doesn't allow you to do that. Click the crop button, and I can literally cut out the side there. Or say on this one, I want to cut out a little bit more of the building. Hit crop, and there, now I'm just showing more of the sky. That's the crop area. And it also controls the stuff inside the height and width where you can manually do it and select everything. Your text wrapping, you saw there. So essentially we've covered the alt text, overall positioning, wrap text, bringing forward and backwards multiple items, seeing all the items, aligning, grouping things together. Here's something you can do. I didn't cover that. Group them. If you want those two images to always move together, they can move together. It does destroy your wrap text thing, but it adds them as one item. So I don't see myself using that very often inside there. So align, rotate, there's our basic crop, there's our width and height, and that is the end of the picture format menu.